Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to what is probably one of my most highly requested videos ever, and that is my bag collection. Now, if you've been following along with my vlogs and you keep up to date with my channel fairly regularly, you probably would have seen at the start of January my best and worst purchases video, and I would definitely recommend maybe watching that either after or before this video, because I go through all the things that I bought in 2021, the best things I bought, the worst things I bought, and exactly why. So if you're into that, it's going to be a bit more than like just bags. I go into a lot more, just like all the luxury pieces in that video. But today I'm going to be showing you all the bags that I have in my collection. I don't have the biggest designer bag collection in the world. It's quite small, it's quite curated, and that's exactly how I want it to be. I want to make sure that all the bags in my collection are being used, are being rotated, and that I'm really getting the cost per wear out of them. OG followers will be so sick of me talking about cost per wear, but you guys know I always talk about cost per wear because I find it so important, and especially if you're going to be spending a lot of money on a higher price pointed item, you're going to want to make sure that you really get the wear out of it. And if you don't know what cost per wear is, it basically means that however much you spent on the money, how many times you wear it, how much it would cost you. So say you spend £100 on an item and you wear it 100 times, that is a £1 cost per wear. So you could spend 50 quid on an item and only wear it twice, and that's a really bad cost per wear. Or you could spend £500 on something and wear it 500 times and you get really good cost per wear. So I always want to make sure that I'm getting really good cost per wear out of all of my bags. Now I'm going to try and do somewhat of an order in this video, but I'm not the best in terms of memory when I bought things, exactly how long I've had them in my collection, but I will try and do somewhat of an order. And of course I will link all of the bags in this video down below from different retailers that you'll be able to get your hands on them. Some of them will be a little bit trickier to locate than others, but I will do my best and link some options down below for you guys, that if you want to pick up any of the bags from this video and treat yourself this January, you will be able to down below in the description. I'm going to jump straight into it with a bag that is one of my newest additions, but one of my favorites. I mentioned in my best and worst video that this has been such a great investment. This is a bag that I got from Forward. Now Forward are a luxury retailer that offer lots of different brands, kind of similar to Farfetch, Net-a-Porter. They have loads of different brands, and they've got Saint Laurent, they've got Balenciaga, I think they've got Burberry, they've got a few other brands, so I will link them down below just to Forward as well in general if you want to go and have a little bit of a browse of their bags. But I picked up the YSL Cassandra, and this is a bag that I've had my eyes on for a really long time, and it's also a bag that has actually had quite a price increase in the last few years, and I feel like that is kind of a real reflection of how popular this bag has been and what a gorgeous bag it is. It is such a high quality bag. I absolutely adore it, and it's got loads of design features that I really like. If you're new around here and you don't know me, you're going to learn really quickly. I have a very specific criteria when it comes to my handbags, and 99% of them in my collection all hit that criteria. So number one is a top handle. I love my bags to have a top handle so I can hold them. They look pretty. I can have them on display. I love having a crossbody as well, because it means that if I don't want to be holding my bags, I can chuck them over my shoulder and not have to worry about it. And also a big thing as well that I really like is the fact that this bag has feet. I really hate it when designer bags don't have feet, because I always get so worried about them. I feel like I have to be so precious with them, and I'm not the most precious with my bags in the world. Like, I like to use them, I like to get my wear out of them, and I really like to know that they're not going to get ruined. And obviously the grainy leather on this is a great one for that. Now, one thing that I do find with the YSL Cassandras, which is always a thing that divides people and always something I get questions on, is the fact that the opening is quite tricky. It's a little bit fiddly. Basically you have to pull the L and pop open the Y. Sometimes it pops open itself, and sometimes I've kind of got to give it a bit of a jiggle. So it does mean that it can be a little bit faffy. However, it also means that it's a much safer bag to be carrying around with you, because it's not easy for someone else to slip their hands into. So for that reason, I think it is still such a great bag, and I would much rather be fiddling around for a couple of minutes trying to open it up rather than have a bag that I don't feel safe carrying around. So if you are looking for a black crossbody little bag, I would definitely recommend this. I think this is such a great one to add into your collection. Really versatile, really popular, and it definitely has not gone out of style in the last few years. It's just been increasing in popularity, so I think it's a great one to invest in now and add into your collection. It comes in black, white, brown, they've got like a canvas version, they've got so many different versions of this bag, which really just goes to show what a popular bag it is. I think actually I'm going to maybe do more of a colour order rather than like a when I picked them up order. So I'm going to stick to my black bags for now. And the next one I wanted to show you is one of my favourites, my Chloe C bag. And I'm really upset that they have decided to discontinue this range with Chloe. And it breaks my heart because I really do think it's one of the best ranges that they have ever done, these Chloe C bags. You've got the medium one, which I have here, and then you've got the really super popular mini ones that so many people have. They're actually very similar in style to the YSL Cassandra. They're a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact, and a little bit, I think, a little bit cheaper. But I decided to pick up the medium because I wanted it to be something that I'd be able to wear on like a daily basis. I wanted it to fit a lot of things in, and it really is that. It is such a great bag in terms of how much I can fit in it. The only thing I will say, which I do think that Chloe is notorious for, is how heavy their bags are. There's obviously a lot of hardware going on here, and it does mean that the bag can be quite heavy. I mean, all I have in it right now is dust bags, and it still has a fair bit of weight to it. So it does mean that if I am wearing this all day and I filled it and I've got it on my shoulder does tend to ache by the end of the day, and it is something just to note. But I really like the fact that it, as well as the crossbody, it actually has a little bit of a longer handle, so it's more of like a shoulder bag, and shoulder bags are so in at the moment. That very like 90s off the shoulder trend is huge right now, so I feel like this would be a great one to invest in. Lots of secondhand retailers do have these, so I will find some and link them down below. I do absolutely adore this bag. It is such a great option to add into your collection. I've gotten so much wear out of it. I definitely will say it's a winter bag. In summer I did not reach for this one at all, but as soon as winter rolls around, this is the bag that I get out of my collection and I wear non-stop. So I would definitely recommend investing in this one. It is such a gorgeous one. Okay, the bag sitting right behind me, and probably the one that has gotten the most wear out of all the bags, maybe the second most wear out of all the bags in my collection. I will show you the one that I've gotten most wear out of in a minute, but that is my Mulberry Bayswater, and I adore this bag. This is my everyday running out the house bag. It actually has all my stuff in at the moment because this is the one that I just keep everything in just for ease, and then if ever I'm changing out the bag, then I can just take everything out of this one and put it into another one. But I find that this bag is just so versatile, so easy to wear, goes with absolutely everything, and is good for any occasion. Like, you could wear this to the office, you could wear this for an evening meal, you could wear this for a day trip, you can wear this for literally anything. I don't think I've ever found an occasion where this bag does not go. Now, I go for the mini Bayswater, and something that I always find people who maybe don't know me all that well or are kind of new to my channel is they don't realize how small I am as a human being. Like, I'm just such a small person, and often bags look a lot bigger on me than they are in general, like on a normal human size. So I have had a few questions before from people who've been like, I bought the same mini as you, but it looks so small on me compared to you. So just something to note, that I'd say depending on your size, the mini or the small would be a better bag for you if you are maybe a little bit bigger in frame and you find that these bags get a little bit small on you. And as well, if you carry a lot more things, you're maybe better going for the size up from this. It's not too much more expensive as well, and that is one thing I do absolutely adore about Mulberry. I feel like Mulberry's prices are really fair in the like designer world. I know in terms of price points, affordability is always so relative, but I do think that the Mulberry bags are really affordable, and the next bag on my wish list is a little Mulberry because I just think that they are so timeless, so classic, and actually quite achievable in terms of like price points. I think they're a really great first designer bag to get your hands on because you don't have to save for too much longer than maybe some other brands like Dior or Chanel. Like, those price points to me are just ridiculous at the moment, and I'd much rather have a few Mulberries in my collection that I get so much wear out of, that I don't have to be as careful with, because again, it's got the grainy leather, which I absolutely adore, and I love the fact that it's just got such a subtle classic design to it, so it's never going to go out of style. Quite a few brands are doing bags similar style to this. Obviously, you've got the Saint Laurent Sac de Jour, which is fairly similar to this. You've got the Celine bag, which is fairly similar to this. And there's another one that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I feel like a lot of brands are really adopting this very classic square design, and I think it's because it just doesn't date and is so timeless. I absolutely love this one. This really is my everyday handbag, one that I don't think I will ever part with. The next black bag to show you is even more affordable in terms of designer bags, and it's a really, really cute one. It's from a brand called Elle, and it's one that I only discovered recently, and this is actually a very recent bag in my wardrobe, so I haven't gotten the most amount of wear out of it yet, but I do feel like that will change because I think this is such a cute little bag. I don't know about you, but I don't always want to be taking my designer bags with me to every single place in the world. Sometimes when you're going to the supermarket, it just feels a little bit much to be taking a mulberry bag to the supermarket. So I feel like this is much more of just like a throw it over my shoulder every day, sling out the house kind of a bag. It's obviously got this really cute little top handle, and it does actually have a crossbody, which the handle is currently inside of it. But I really love the fact that it is so minimal. This literally has no branding whatsoever on this. The only way that you can tell the brand is on the little gold hardware. It has a little Elle engraved onto it, and I know a lot of you guys often ask me about logoless bags and bags that have absolutely zero design details on them. So if you are someone that's looking for just a really classic, really simple, no monogramming, no branding, nothing like that, this bag is such a good one to pick up, and it's so high quality. They have quite a few different like colors and designs, so I would definitely recommend checking them out because I think they're a really great option. And then my last little black bag, which I also think is one of my oldest, it's either the oldest or one of the oldest bags in my collection, is the YSL college bag. I always forget the name of this. I always used to just call it my envelope bag, the flap bag. This is the college bag, and as you can see, it has been very well used and very well loved. It's got this really cute little top handle, and I went for the like gunmetal hardware on this, which I really like. This has been my evening night out bar club bag, and I absolutely love it because it has lasted so well. As you can see from the leather, it's like this really like hard wearing, fairly grainy leather, and it just looks better with age. This is one of those bags that I just think with the wrinkles and the wear on it actually looks so much better, and I really like it for that. It's got the little crossbody as well, which you can wear, which I do all the time. It's such a great size because it literally fits everything you need for an evening or a night out. You can put your phone, your keys, your wallet, some hand gel, maybe a mask, and some perfume in there, and you are good to go. It really is the perfect size bag for that. And it's also great in terms of like if you're going out for a meal and you don't want to put it on the floor. I feel like it's small enough just to like pop on the table next to you or keep on your lap, and you don't have to worry too much about it. Now it doesn't have feet underneath, so it does mean that it can get a little bit marked, but I mean, considering how much I've used this, how much I have taken it out with me, it's actually still in such good condition. So I think I bought this when I was maybe 19, very long time ago, and I really have gotten so much wear out of this. So I think this is one of those bags that really is the epitome of a great cost per wear bag. Now in terms of if we're keeping on the black bag theme, I'm going to move on to this big boy over here, and this is one that I picked up this year and I absolutely adore. This is the Marc Jacobs tote bag, and these bags I swear broke the internet, like literally broke the internet. Everyone went nuts for them. And I think one of the reasons is not only, number one, are they such gorgeous bags, but they're really affordable in terms of designer bags. I mean, they are canvas, so you might think of course they'll be more affordable, but there are definitely some brands out there that sell canvas totes for ridiculous prices, and I feel like this is a very fair price for a canvas tote. Now I decided to go for the biggest size in this one. They have this size, they have a medium size, and then they have like a mini size, which I really love the mini size, and I was so tempted, like literally this close to getting the mini, but I just thought I didn't need a new mini bag. I have plenty of mini bags in my collection, and what I was missing was a big old tote bag. This is my work bag. This is my heading into London, commuting on the train with my laptop and my phone and everything that I need in it. This bag fits everything. So I think if you're looking for a new work bag, this is definitely a great one for that. This is also a great travel bag. When we are able to travel again, I will definitely be using this as my hand luggage bag because it just sits so nicely on top of a suitcase. Like, it obviously holds itself really well. And I am actually a little bit naughty and don't use a bag organizer for this, and actually it's held its structure so well. So I think it's a really great bag for the cost that you're paying for, and the cost per wear I've gotten out of it is such a great investment. And then on the theme of big bags, the only other big bag that I have in my collection is one that I've had for absolutely ages, and I'm not gonna lie, it has not been one that has served me well, and has not been one that I've really gotten much wear out of, and that is, I believe this is a Louis Vuitton Speedy, and I picked this up for my 18th birthday. I treated myself to this for my 18th birthday, so many moons ago, and I said to myself that I would use this loads for traveling. It'll be a really great work bag, but actually it's just a really awkward bag to use because obviously of the shape of it, the like bowling bag shape. It means that you can't really like open it up very well, have a route through the amount of times that I'd be traveling, and things would just get lost in the bottom of this bag, and it just drove me nuts. And I know that Speedies have really come back into fashion at the moment and are really in style, but personally it's just not one for me. But I also just can't bring myself to get rid of this because it was such a like big moment for me. Purchasing it for my 18th birthday and treating myself to it was such a huge deal. So for the memes, I keep it, but I don't actually ever really use it for what it was intended to. And seeing as though we're on the Louis Vuitton hype, my favourite Louis Vuitton, now I said that I was going to talk about my other most used bag, this is definitely my most used bag in my collection. Now I've had this for about 2 years now, I think. Has it been 2 years already? Maybe a year and a half. Maybe it's not quite been 2 years, but this is a bag that I was so excited to get, and it's actually one that is so hard to get your hands on. So if you are looking for this bag, I would definitely check out loads of different second-hand retailers. They offer this bag, and to be honest, it's usually around the same price as brand new because it's just such a popular one and such a hard one to get your hands on. So I will link a few options down below of where you can get your hands on this bag, but I decided to go for the two-tone version of this, and I absolutely adore it. There's lots of different options that you can get this in. This is obviously a canvas. I believe it also comes in like a leather, where you can get like a black leather or a pink leather, I think maybe even white, but with the canvas ones you can either get two-tone or you can get just this colour all the way around, and I just adore how it looks. This is such a great everyday bag. The reason why I think this is my most used is because it's just so easy to chuck over my shoulder and head out the door. I wear this so much if I know I'm going to be out the house all day and I want to make sure that I have lots in my bag and like, you know, everything that I need with me, but I don't want a really heavy bag because it is canvas. It's very light, which I really like about it. It's got the popper, which is a little bit tricky sometimes. You have to push these in together. Again, fairly similar to the YSL in the sense of like sometimes you can be faffing about for a couple of minutes, but that is never something that really bothers me because I just think it means it's much more secure. As you can see, there's nothing in it, so I do need to get a little bit better at stuffing it when it isn't being in use because I don't want it to lose its shape. I feel like this is one of those bags that will easily lose its shape if I'm not careful, but I've just been using it so much that I don't want to have to stuff it because taking it all out each time I use this bag is such a faff. But I just absolutely adore this. I don't think I said what it was. It's the Pochette Metis. I don't think I said that before. I absolutely adore this, and this really did ignite my love for Louis Vuitton after what happened with my Speedy. I was a little bit worried. I was like, am I really going to get much use out of it? But I took the plunge and I went for it, and I'm so glad that I did because I really have gotten so much wear. And I really think that just goes to show that with regards to branding, with regards to any kind of like designer that you invest in, the bags vary so much, and how much you use them will vary so much. So if you have invested in a bag in the past that you haven't gotten the wear out of, or you haven't gotten that cost per wear down, don't let it put you off buying from that designer again. Maybe you just need to look into a different design, a different bag, a different kind of style that will go with your wardrobe. So there are a few Louis Vuittons that I've got my eye on, but I'm not going to be making any new Louis Vuitton purchases anytime soon because I just feel like this one has really like filled that gap for me, and I wouldn't want to buy a new one to not get the wear out of it. Like I really do feel like this is the perfect everyday bag. I think because of the monogramming, because of the style, because of how it is, it's a bit more of a casual bag compared to some of my other ones. So I often feel like if I've got a bit of an outfit that I feel like, oh, it looks a little bit too dressy, I'll pop this bag over and it really casuals it down. So I do think this is the perfect everyday bag, and I just love her so much. Okay, I think I'm going to move on to like the different colours that I have now in my collection. So starting with the most classic colour, white. Now, as I mentioned before, I am not very careful with my bags. I throw them about, I put them on the floor, I wear them with whatever colour I want, and it really put me off getting a white bag in the past, and I didn't actually invest in a white bag until the year just gone. This was the first one that I decided to invest in, the Coach Tabby. Oh my word, has Coach had such a revival. I feel like they've done such a good job at just like rebranding and reigniting everyone's love for them, and I feel like the Tabbies were the catalyst in that, and these are such gorgeous bags. I can tell you for 100%, If I hadn't already got my Chloe C bag, I would have got the tabby in black as well. I would have gotten both, and I do feel like these are such a great option. If you really like that Chloe bag, as much as I will link it down below, and if you really like it, I definitely recommend it. I'd actually recommend the tabbies over the Chloe, mainly just because they're quite similar in design, they're quite similar in style, but the price point is very, very different. And I feel like Coach is such a great introductory designer price point and a really, really great one for your first designer bag. These are actually really, really affordable in terms of the designer price points, and I just think it makes them so much more wearable. It means you don't worry as much when you're wearing them. I mean, part of the reason why I decided to invest in this in white is because I thought I'd much rather invest in something that's maybe a little bit more affordable rather than something that I forked out on, saved for ages for, and ruined within a couple of weeks. But actually, I've not ruined this bag, and I am so impressed with that, because I wear it with black, I wear it with blue denim, I wear it with absolutely anything, and as I said, I put it on the floor, I knock it about, and literally it is pristine, like no marks whatsoever. And I think that's partly because of the material that they've used. They've used a really, really grainy leather. You can definitely tell that I am someone that doesn't take care of my bags because of how many bags I have in a grainy leather, because I know that if I got like a really super smooth leather bag, I'd ruin it within minutes. And I would much rather get a leather that is much more durable, it's going to last much longer, and is not going to mark as easily. So I really, really like these bags for that. Again, this one has a top handle and a crossbody. You can really tell that that is my vibe. But again, this top handle is another one that you can wear on your shoulder, which I really, really like, because again, a little bit incorporating that 90s theme. And as we all know, if you watch my trends video, the Y2K trend is back in force. So I really, really love this one. I think this is such a great one to add into your collection. There's so many different colors to choose from, but the white for me has really, really served its purpose. And then my other little Coach baby is a much smaller, much cuter little design. Now this is the Coach pillow, and I'm not gonna lie, this is not a very practical bag for many, many reasons. Number one, the color. I mean, it's this adorable little creamy color and I love it, but I do think this is going to be one that will mark. Number two, the size. I can just fit my phone in this. Let me show you actually. I've obviously got the dust bag in at the moment, but phone just fits. So I can fit my phone, my wallet, and some keys, and that's pretty much all that fits into this bag. And I do love it, but I am someone that usually likes to take a lot of things with me, so I haven't really gotten a huge amount of wear out of this. However, I think maybe come summer, I will get a lot more wear. I feel like this would be a really great bag if you're not like traveling, but if you're on holiday and you're just popping out and you're just having a wander around the town and you're in your little summer dress and your flip-flops and you really don't want to take anything heavy, anything that's too much, anything that's going to like really hurt your shoulder, this is the one for you. This is such a light bag as well, and I love the pillow design. I think it's a really unique design that Coach have done such an amazing job at kind of like introducing. This, it does come in quite a few different colors, and it does come in the bigger size as well. It's more like the tabby size, so if you think that you really like it but it's a little bit too small for you, you could definitely invest in the bigger version of this. I do believe as well the bigger version's got a slightly longer strap. My biggest gripe with this is that I can't actually fit the strap on my shoulder, and I feel like it would look so cute if you could, but you can still hold it like this and it looks absolutely adorable. So I do think these are such cute little bags. They are just fun bags. Like, it's not the most practical, it's not the one that you're going to get the most wear out of, but it's just a bit of fun. Now, speaking of fun bags, those are all the bags that are currently on my shelf, and one thing that I do find really, really important about my shelves is keeping them really seasonal, keeping them really current, and keeping them inspiring for me. I really like to be able to look at my shelves and be inspired about what I want to wear. So the next bags I'm going to show you are ones that are currently just in storage that I'm keeping away until the summer months. So the first one I'm going to show you is probably the most fun bag in my collection, and one of my newer ones, and it is my Loewe puzzle bag. Now, as you can see, it has barely been used, and if you watch my best and worst video, you'll know that I actually did put this in the worst category for one reason and one reason only, and that is because I think I bought it too late in the season. I bought it in September, which is when we were going into autumn, we were going into the more neutral tones, the more kind of like beige bags, black bags, and a pink bag is not really something that we tend to reach for in October. So I have not gotten much wear out of this. However, I feel like this is going to be a bag that I wear so much in spring and summer, and I really can't wait for it to get a little bit more wear, a little bit more kind of like bashed about. I literally, every time I hold it, I'm like, I just want to like wrinkle it up and like squish it up, because I just want it to look really worn and used, and I just think that is the best way for puzzle bags to look. I can't wait till it looks as bashed about as my YSL college bag, because I think it's going to look so gorgeous. But I did pick this up in the pink, and I just think it's so cute. It's such a cute little colour. I really love pink for summer. I think it's such a great colour to add into your wardrobe. If you're like me and you 99% of the time tend to go for neutral bags, I think sometimes it's okay to look for something a little bit more seasonal and a little bit more fun that you're going to get a lot of wear out of in summer. So I really love this. It's such a cute little addition into my wardrobe. It's only from filming this video that it's made me realise that I actually only have 2 designer bags in my collection that have any colour, and that is my Loewe and my little Jacobs. This is one that I picked up spring of this year, and I love it so much. It's such a cute little bag. It's in this gorgeous sage colour, and I believe this is called the Chiquito, I think is how you pronounce it, and it is so cute. Now again, you guys know what I'm going to say. My gripe with this is just how small this is. Again, I can only just fit my phone and my wallet in this, so it really is a tiny bag. But when I have worn this out, what I'll usually do is just put my phone in my pocket and use it to keep my wallet, my keys, and anything else that I need with me. But it is such an adorable little bag, and what I really like about it is the fact that it doesn't swamp me when I wear it crossbody. As I said, because I'm such a small human, sometimes when I wear things crossbody, they can swamp me and take over my entire outfit, my entire body. This is such a cute little one to have to the side, and I really like it. Again, I think this is going to be a really great bag if you're on holiday and you just want a really minimal amount of stuff with you. One thing I will say is this is suede, and it's definitely the kind of bag that will ruin easily if you wear it with dark materials on the back. I mean, I haven't really worn this, I haven't been too careful when wearing this. I have worn it with blacks and stuff, and it is looking okay at the moment, but I do think if I was to continue doing that, I would have to be a bit more careful with it. You could also use a suede protector on this. I have sprayed it with a suede protector just to make sure that I don't ruin it really quickly. I will link down below to the suede protector that I use on all of my suede things, my hats, my bags, my shoes, because I think it's really important to use one on your bags. If you're going to spend that much money on a bag, you can afford to spend a few extra pounds on something that's going to protect it. So I think it's a really cute one, and I think Jacobs have done a really great job again at making themselves a bit more of like a introduction into designer bags. They're a little bit more affordable, around the same price range as Coach, and I think it makes them a great first designer bag purchase. So I do think this is such a cute little number, and I do think I'm going to keep this in my wardrobe for a long time to come. One that I almost forgot about that I only ever keep out for Christmas is my little Dior. Now this is one that I don't really know if we're going to count it as a designer bag, because it's technically a lipstick case. Now Dior have done these for a good few years now, but they seem to have changed the game with them, and they seem to have brought out one that was like metal this year. Did not vibe with that, did not like that. I really love these leather ones because they look a lot more like they are an actual bag. My only wish is that this had little things on it so that I could wear it crossbody, because I think this would be such a cute crossbody. So let me know if there's any way that you can like add little tags on it so that I could add a chain. I'm not entirely sure, but I do think it's such a cute little clutch. I've only really ever worn this when I've gone out for meals, and I know that number one, I need a very minimal amount of stuff, because again, it only just fits a phone, a wallet, and maybe just about some keys, maybe a lipstick as well thrown in there. So I've only ever worn it to go out for meals when I know that I can put it on the table beside me and not worry, I'm not going anywhere, and I will definitely take it home with me. But I do think these are so cute. I think you can probably pick these up from a few secondhand or maybe like Depop kind of sites, so I'll have a look if I can find some and link them down below for you guys. And then the last bag to show is actually the newest bag into my collection, which might be surprising considering we are in winter at the moment, because it is a very summery number, but it is my Loewe basket bag. I just adore this bag so much. So I got the mini version, and you would have seen that I picked this up at Bicester Village, which honestly I just can't believe that I managed to get this at Bicester, because it's such a classic design, such a classic bag, and such high quality. I love the Loewe basket bags that you can just tell when you kind of like feel the weaving on this, it's really high quality. Now I have had my mango brown basket bag for about 3 years now, and I've gotten so much wear out of it every single summer, and in the past I was like, I would never invest in a luxury bag like this one's doing so well. I'm not going to spend hundreds of pounds on a bag that does basically the same thing, and then I bought this. But my justification is that because I got so much wear out of that bag, because I know that it's lasted me the test of time, I think it's time to invest in a more luxury version and something that I think is going to last even longer. I have definitely noticed with my basket bags that you can tell a difference in terms of price points when you start to wear them, when you start to see them like fray. The cheaper ones usually go a lot quicker. I do think this is going to be the kind of bag that's going to last me so long. So I can't wait for spring summer to roll around when I can actually start wearing this and actually get it out and start styling it up, because I think I'm going to get so much wear out of this. I just love it so much. So that is my luxury bag collection. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, I've not got the biggest in the world, but I feel like I've got a really nice, curated, functional bag collection where all of them get their wear, all of them are rotated, and the ones that haven't got their wear yet, they will definitely get their wear this summer. So I can't wait to start styling those up. Let me know what your favorite bag was down below in the comments. I would absolutely love to know. And if you got this far in the video, leave me the bag emoji down below in the comments. I would love to know who got to the end. And if you can't use the emojis, just leave the word bag down below in your comments. Like, sneak it into a sentence, because I love it when you guys do that. It's so much fun. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed getting a little bit of a sneaky peek into my entire bag collection. I think this is the first time I've ever properly sat down and gone through every single one in my collection. So this really is just a combination of the best and worst bags in my collection. I'm just so happy with where my collection is currently at. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, if you're new around here, I would absolutely love it if you hit that subscribe button and came and joined us for lots more beauty, lifestyle and fashion videos over here on my channel. But I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I hope you have the loveliest evening and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.